good?
Good.
All right. How y'all doing today? My name's Brent Fiedler. I'm a student at Park University taking online classes. I'm in a class called Introduction to Human Communications. I'm required to give a 4-minute speech, and I'd like to speak with y'all today. So I'd like to start with a quote from Lao Tzu. It says, "A leader is best when people barely knows he exists. When his work is done, his people will say, 'We did it ourselves.'" I feel that that's powerful. If you're doing everything right, you guys will feel like they've accomplished everything themselves. So the thesis is how I see myself as a leader, a mentor, a father figure in different aspects of my life. So obviously we're here in the military in the Texas National Guard. That's one aspect. My civilian side, I'm a plant operator at a gas plant where I'm a lead operator there. I'll talk about that, as well as at home where I'm a father figure and mentor to my son. I have a young son, one on the way. So now that I've given you an overview, we'll get into the specifics. So as I said, I'm a plant operator. I'm also the designated safety coordinator for my plant. So we have to know and implement procedures. We're responsible for training, things like confined space entry, hot work permits. So I'm responsible for training and then conducting audits, following up on that. And that's part of being a leader, right, is keeping your guys safe, keeping a good work area. That's one aspect of my civilian job there. So also, as I mentioned, I'm a lead operator. There's 3 different tiers. I'm a board operator, so actually running the plant. So again, making decisions that run the plant safely, and also responsible for training the lower guys. We have some that run compressors, some responsible for steam boilers, but over the plant as a whole, it's my job to train up people and build a foundation for success so they can move up further in their career as well. And then I told you about my day job. We'll talk about military. So some of you are NCOs here. I don't have to speak much about it. In the military, safety is a big thing as well, right? And not just mortars, field artillery, weapons. There's also making sure your soldiers eat, drink water, have the right PPE on. And again, protecting your guys is part of what it takes to be a mentor and a leader. And we're all here in the military, but some things not specific to our individual job training, I try to reach out to people, like the BRS, the blended retirement system. Should you have gone to it or should you not? The old way versus the new way. I try to tell people about that, as well as retirement, the TSP and general retirement savings. Also, tuition assistance. How do you use your tuition assistance, and should you use your tuition assistance? I generally try to educate people, again, to build that foundation and give subordinates the tools for success that they need. So now that I've told you about military life, I'll talk about life at home. All things considered, being a dad and a husband is my greatest pride and joy. That's what I enjoy in life. That's what I work for, is to come home to be with my family. So we recently had a kid. I'd like to think I'm doing a good job. I set aside designated learning time for shapes, colors, numbers. When he is watching TV, we attempt to make that an educational TV program. My wife speaks a little bit of Tagalog. She's Filipino. I speak a little bit of Spanish. We try to impose upon him those languages as well, and bring him up young. We also travel a good bit, partly because we enjoy it, and partly with the child as motivation, and get some exposure to him here. So now that I've told you about life at home, I'll wrap it up. So I talked about life at the plant, life in the military, and life at home. In all those aspects, I'm some form of leader, mentor, and father figure. I take pride in my work, and the success of the people under me is reflective of how good of a leader I am. So I'll close it out with a quote. It says, "Poor is the pupil who does not surpass his master." And that's a Leonardo da Vinci quote. And I think that's true, right? Everyone should, if we're doing our job as leaders, your guys should eventually use that foundation and surpass you. And this concludes my speech. If you could just show the audience again.